Golden Arrows 1, Orlando Pirates 2, as we look like we are starting to bit by bit get back to our best. Orlando Pirates win in the same stadium they will be playing against Kaizer Chiefs in the final of the Nedbank Cup. So it was some good practice. We had some good practice against Chiefs, 2-1. We had some good practice against the Arrows in the stadium, 2-1. So if I was a betting man, I would say Orlando Pirates 2, Kaizer Chiefs 1 in the Nedbank Cup final. Congratulations for Orlando Pirates winning the Nedbank Cup one more time. Thank for the three-peat. Orlando Pirates, yes, we are going to do the player ratings. We are going to do the player ratings on the Happy People TV. We are going to rate every player one by one, and then we are going to end off by rating the referee and the technical team, and maybe even the 12th man. We'll see how it goes. Happy People TV, Orlando Pirates fan channel. Before we go forward and kick the game off, please hit the like, hit the subscribe to be notified, and share nama Buccaneers so we can grow the community. Danko in advance. Yeah, it's all about fit to welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Happy People TV Orlando Pirates fan channel player rating show. Mr. Coach, how are you feeling, Chief?
Hi, Kimnate Praga, thank you very much. First of all, this thing of congratulations trophies we haven't won yet is starting to bring trauma to me. Can we please stop it, please? It was done with the Champions League, it was done with the league. And look, we actually
let us eat our gravy.
Please don't bring that thing to the Nedbank Cup, please.
You don't want to have hope.
You see those congratulations to Pirates for winning some X in said tournament we haven't won yet.
Yeah.
Has not aged well. Please.
I'd fade it. So man, 2-1 Golden Arrows.
Yeah.
Premiership. Dead rubber. How did you see the game, bro?
A game of two halves, I would say. Good to see a rotation squad. I guess that's what it takes for our coach to rotate, for the league to be completely gone and have a Nedbank Cup to look forward to. So
after midweek, after a game 4 days ago.
Yeah. So yeah,
Chips have to fall correct.
He chose to rotate it under those circumstances, and he did. I thought a couple of players had a couple of good performances. Yeah, first half again, I think we conceded the game a lot to Golden Arrows. I don't know if it was tactical or Josie had to get in again, had to win it from the change room half time, but it felt like at the first half we conceded control of the game. I saw the stats said we had most of the possession in the first half, but it really didn't look that good to me. We had just the 2 chances early in the game, and then after that it was quite dull. But yeah, the game pretty much came on in the second half. I thought we had a few good moments, especially later on in the second half, and we managed to make it a win. Again, rotational squad for how Izu, who bali rhythm winner, and the Gents managed to get the win. So happy to get the 3 points. I'd like to get to 60 points. But at the end of the day, all we actually need is, I think it's a point.
4. You said 4.
I think that might have been before winning this game. I'm not sure. I'll double check, but
yeah,
it might have been before winning this game. So there's a possibility.
It's not a point though. It's definitely not done in the game's time.
It could be.
It's definitely not done in the game's time.
I feel it.
So dull first half. It was, for me, if I can just summarize the game, it was a toe-to-toe game whose quality is better on the day. They had multiple opportunities, various. I can't sit here and say no, we were the best attack on the day, and we were the best team on the day in that way, that we dominated, because when we got the ball, we did a bit better than them, but not a technical or tactical dominance or we shut down their strong points, and we shut down their strong points and we exploited their weaknesses. It wasn't that. It was like, we are better than you. Let's go.
Okay, but the thing is, I don't think we dominated anything. I don't think.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, there's nothing we dominated at all.
We were just better because we were better. As in, like, when there's that question of will he trap it?
Sure. In the quality, yeah. In the moment of quality, in feature like that Dlamini assist, that's a moment of quality.
Yes.
And Tito's composure to finish that. Moment of quality. Mabasa's finish in the box. Moment of quality.
FIFA rate on FIFA, this man is a 87 playing against 66s, and the 87s win.
Yeah, straight.
4-star team beats the 2-star team. So yeah, with that said, it's dope that we could display the quality with a much changed team. So talking about the team, let's go into the player ratings. You know who we start with? We always start with the man who happens to be playing at the back, Melusi Buthelezi. Like we said, much changed team. So how do you feel he, did he if people are playing for a place in the final, did he put his hand up?
I don't think anybody was playing for a place in the final. I think everybody knew that they were making peace. Helping the gents rest.
Helping the gents honor the fixture. Come on, Mr. Coach.
No, but that's part of
what you.
It's part of being part of a big squad, bro. It's you contribute however you can. That's a contribution. We needed them tonight, and that's why I'm saying it's good that they came up with a win. Buthelezi, he made the one mistake. I was really, really nervous after that, but he actually came into the game quite well. I thought the distribution was a different style to Chain.
It was nice.
It was really dope, dog.
And it's incisive. You know how Chain will choose to reprimand the players before making a decision on whether he's gonna take the goal kick or if somebody else is gonna take the goal kick. With him, he's actually already looking for the pass because he believes he can make it. So I think I've figured out why he is the way he is.
The execution
is there.
He finds his man, bro. He finds, especially Kibonika second half as well. With the introduction of Mabasa could deal with those passes quite a little bit better than Radio Pani could, and he was getting us into the final third. So I thought, I thought he overall he had a pretty good game. 7,
and I actually really do agree with that 7. With the goal, okay, there was a little bit of communication issues that I saw here and there, but obviously you can't say that's the keeper's fault, and obviously when Matiba was playing his first game, so I can totally understand that. Then
the goal we conceded is just, it was another cross, another one of those situations.
Yeah,
I just can't point at an individual, but we sit here again, bro. Conceding from another cross,
let's keep that 7. Now, Dino Van Rooyen. These heat maps are going to help today because that defense today. Anyway, feel like he had a very, very decent game. He seemed like he was part of the first team. Yeah, I give him a 7.5.
I would have gone with a 7. I guess we'll average was 7.5. I thought Dino played well. A bit of a different performance from him. He was a lot more
disciplined
defensively. Obviously, I guess it was part of the coach's instructions, especially considering we had a few changes in our defense, so it made sense. I thought he did well. He didn't go too much up front, but when he did, I didn't see. Well, he didn't provide too much, to be completely honest. But more so because our right hand side, our wingers and Jay were not in the game that much. So yeah, I thought a 7 would have been fair for him.
7.
A 7 on my part.
Average is 7.5. Cool. Stayed away from the limelight again. Tapelo Ogi.
Go give it to. I'm happy with his performance. Again, just like you said, bro, he stayed away from the cameras. Nasabatlu slipped up Nyana once, Nyana, but nothing to even mention in terms of his rating. I think otherwise he had an organized game. Didn't he probably actually marshaled the defense quite well because we didn't leak any opportunities. We shifted quite well.
Mm.
So I'll give him his props. Actually, I think it's 7.5 for Kogi.
What for real? That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. For me, I'm always talking about the leadership aspect, especially when it suits me.
Mm.
um, you know what? I like the fact that he gave Mbogazi a chance to be more of a leader because he he definitely would play second fiddle if he could. And you gave him what? You gave him a 7.
I said 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, I'll give him a 6.5. Um excuse me. Yeah, I feel like in a game where it never seemed like we were that secure at the back. We only found ourselves feeling that secure at the back when we knew that okay, there's no quality to put it in the back of the net. But most of the game, we were in 6s and 7s.
I disagree, bro. Apart from the obvious cross, I think our weakness at the back this time around was on our left hand side, and I thought it was clear. But I felt like, especially considering again it was a makeshift defense, so to speak, I thought Gogi did pretty well. But hey, that's just me, so I can understand if you don't agree.
An average of 7 does it.
Mhm.
The next man on the chopping block will be TLP. Yeah, I feel like this was an action-packed TLP performance. I feel like I saw a lot of his game. I saw him under duress. I saw him put under pressure. I saw him with freedom. And yeah, man. And I feel like I saw him grow a little bit today, man. I feel like next time I see him, I'm like, yo, last time I saw you with these small. Yeah, I feel like I said, Ogi did actually give him a chance to lead today. And I feel like he did a lot. Also because I'm sure Madiba, I don't know how long they've been playing together or when Madiba was signed.
Mhm.
I don't know how much of a youngster Madiba is, but basically, the thing out. Okay, so if you're the new guy, let me show you how a new guy does it. So I enjoyed that quite a lot about his performance. I'll give him a 7.5.
I actually agree with you completely, 100%. I thought he played really well. I especially enjoyed his passing game today. He got a couple of diagonal balls that were quite crucial, breaking the lines. He also played some pretty decent balls right down the middle, just into the final third. So yeah, I thought he had a really good performance. I think 7.5 is fair.
Oh, yeah. So very, very, very mixed game for the young man, young Amadiba. There at apparently what was supposed to be left back. It seemed more like we were playing maybe a back three, and he was like a left center back at times. He was caught inside a lot.
It's tough debut, bro. It happens. Unfortunately, Ghana, what's his name? Kim Tandi or Kim, I forgot his name now. On the right hand side, yeah, Gold Narrows was
Mtanda.
yeah, or he was up for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Matiba wasn't obviously couldn't have been expecting that or was ready for that. So it happens. It'll toughen him up, he's still young. He'll get much better with time. But I thought later on in the game, I think he handled himself quite well getting into the game. I think towards him being pulled off, he was getting much better.
Yeah.
I think on the ball, I wouldn't question him. He was pretty good on the ball. He's comfortable on the ball.
He got caught on the ball a couple of times.
Not too comfortable. He played one. He had one good delivery, Yana. When nothing came of it, but good ball. Otherwise, yeah, a difficult
Debut.
I'll have to be honest. He
Yeah.
earns a 4, but it's okay. He was a
Uh,
young man on his first night out. It happens. It's the performance. I'll
yeah.
give it
I
a 4.
mean, obviously, so already he earns a 4, and you give him that 4, well.
Yes.
Okay. Um. So I think
And chin up.
I'll give him a 5.
I want to give him a chin up and say, smile, don't look bad down at this game and worry or anything like that.
Guy Sheba 4
This
is
guy,
well.
Sky Shaver for you know, just know what features.
We have to be honest.
I have to read performances, but um, yeah, chin up. Look forward to your next game, man.
Me honestly, Mr. Coach, I will give him a 5. I feel like Wabana, I'll give him a more of a 4 if, let's say, Narje sa that much. Or I mean, it did seem like a weak link, and also because Aram Lara,
Mm.
and also because the game started real quick. Um, and also because we have lots of experience in that Hoto and with
Marco.
Marco. So we don't usually experience such a thing on that side of the field. We actually usually experience it correcting,
Mm.
especially when Van Rooyen isn't there, or if you're playing the back three and Oggy's there.
Mm.
So I'll give him that 5 because I feel like because he's a third choice and he is playing in his first game. And remember what we were saying about a rotation of when you rotate, Oscar rotator squad Kaufela, because I think on his wing he had Shandu or something like that.
Mm.
So there was no rhythm to begin with. So I feel like with those circumstances going against him, I can give him a 5, which would give us so, I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, at the beginning of the game to get skinned like that, it's to be expected or wrong, Mr. Coach.
I don't want to spend time bashing him, bro. Like I'm saying, he must
Also, you've been
move on
bashing
from.
him.
No, I don't want to say too much negative things.
Yeah.
I believe he had a bad performance.
Uh-huh.
It happens. Mfethu. It was his debut.
Yeah.
He's still a
So
young
you're
boy.
saying at least just call a spade a spade,
I'm not gonna lie.
Mr. Coach. So Telezi 7.5 for Van Rooyen, 7 and 7.5 for Kogi and Bogazi, and a 4.5 for Madiba. Seems a little bit harsh to me, but let's move on to the midfield. In fit two, it was Makaola.
Him getting a yellow card as well.
Mhm.
I thought he did his job pretty well. 7 Makaula for 5 minutes, honestly.
Um, yeah, he tried to be everywhere as the heat map suggests. Didn't get on the ball much. But yeah, I would actually, because I didn't see anything special, I'd actually give him a 6. So
Yeah, actually, the more I think about the 7, it's probably mostly could be 1
yeah,
and not so much for his performance because he was part of that first half that nothing was going for us, actually.
nothing
No.
was going for us, and we were under the cosh most of the first
Sorry,
half.
negate debates. I'll go down to a 6, actually.
Yeah, Makaola, I think, actually
Mm.
deserves clean 6 and feet. Almost that he has put in this game, but uh, in a sense, he was only there because he had to be there. If I actually had to think about it, if he could have been rested, he would have been rested. And you know what? After seeing Slipper's performance, I would actually could have tried him from the start, but obviously he can't
Throw the ball
debutize
in, yeah.
every yeah. Mr. Shenko with that brilliant pass. He played a whole 90 minutes. Vandache, one of the best players on the pitch for me, in a holistic sense. Obviously better in the second half. I'll give Shenko a 7 for this game.
My man of the match, I'd give Shenko an 8. Yeah, I'll give him an 8. Incredible assist in fit
Oh,
too. That
bro,
was
champagne itself, bro.
You can't buy that kind of pass, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
bruh.
that's a worldie. World class assist there.
Yeah.
Perfectly weighted. Yeah, he did incredibly well. So definitely earns an 8 for me. I thought he was one of the few players although in the first half we were really bad as a collective, I thought Shenko was one of the few players who actually had an okay, maybe even better first half, and the second half was his. I'm in the park.
Yeah,
He was all over them.
lost it.
Yeah, he busted from
Yeah.
from. He almost seemed like a box to box, and we know Shenko doesn't play no box to box, but he seemed like
He's
he was
supposed to.
okay, fair in theory, but yeah, he kind of had that thing going. And yeah, no, incredible performance from Shenko. I excited ka pass ele ebile ke yona ntle.
You're in a pass you give man of the match.
I am fit to.
Nah, it'll average out to a 7.5, but yeah, on any other day he would deserve an 80. Patrick Tito Maswanganye played a whole 90 minutes. I think he ran his socks off. The touches were amazing. I feel like in a game of quality, like we were saying, he really did want to show his quality. And you know what? Props to Jose. I see whatever happened in the background, it has turned him into a machine. I feel like this was one of his most hardworking performances of the season. I'll give him an 8.
I thought an 8 is a bit much, but I thought in the first half he was also like part of the problem a little bit.
Okay.
Like he tried to get things going, but couldn't get things going in the first half. Man, he couldn't get out much. He couldn't help us get out. So he struggled a bit in the first half, but I thought in the second half he was part of the best things. I mean, Lena for that goal, that assist, Yashenko. The job wasn't done with the pass. I thought Tito still had to do really well, and that touch to minus the keeper. I thought he took it really well.
Yeah,
finished very clean.
Professional.
He makes it look simple, but there's nothing simple about what he did there. So definitely give him credit for that goal. His work rate was unquestionable tonight. That's for sure.
Unquestionable. He hasn't done that before for me.
Yeah.
So I think maybe in one game, maybe against running or something like that. I don't know, bro. But it's been a while. Maybe against even Sundowns, maybe. But for 90 minutes like that, it has to be it's a rarity. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I suppose, I mean, him again, he was part of controlling the tempo. So okay, I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah. That averages it by an 8, ain't it?
Yeah.
At an 8, ne? Okay.
But an average 8. I feel like it was 7.5 performance, but
7.5.
I'll take.
What that's 7.5. So of those who started, this is how the midfield. Yeah, as we can see, Makaola, because he had a 45 minutes, I feel like if you had to compare, like if you had to combine his rating with Slepe, it would probably go up to a 7. But let's get into them. Let's start with Bandile Shandu. Apparently, he was a right winger, left winger. I asked the way he was playing, dog.
I've been to Bandile Shandu didn't give us much, honestly. I won't even spend too much time. I think 5 for Shandu. Is he part
that heat map is, oh my goodness, Mr. Coach. Please, do you see what I'm
I can see it. I can see it.
Patches of nothing.
Of nothing, yeah.
He did.
Sita.
Bro. And that's when we were like, this is not the Shandu we know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 5 is not bad for me, bruv. On the other side, the man of the match, according to Betway, Karim Kimvidi had a lot of the ball, He was probably, if we didn't know who he was and we were seeing most touches. Yeah. So I was about to say he was the most biggest threat, for most of the game until Shenko and Tito actually went into the next gear. But he was kind of like our outlet. And Mr. Coach, don't lie, bro. You saw a lot good from him. Remember how you were like, you like how he's carrying the ball and all of that stuff. I think that's what he got the man of the match for. It's like those moments where he seemed like he was unstoppable and could only be fouled. Yeah. So I think he deserves a 7.5.
First of all, I'm just really happy he got 90 minutes. Thank you, Jose, for playing him for the full 90 minutes. He deserves it in fair too. Obviously, it's only good to see him play like that.
Yeah.
Um,
It can only be a positive.
yeah, so I'm very happy about that. I don't know about the man of the match. I don't know. But the less said about that, the better. It is a game of opinions. I just don't have hold the opinion that he was the man of the match. For me, he carried the ball really well. They were positive. They were positive, and they were. I have some grievances, but there were many positives. Like you said, he did carry the ball really well. Um, that's clearly a strength of his. He can keep it on his feet. It seems like
Release the ball. His only issue was knowing when to release our gun ball.
So for me, the problem with that issue is that every single time he was on the ball, the problem is that he doesn't want to release the ball. So a lot of attacks, I think that he could have started or created something from. Had he released the ball on time, maybe something would have come from it. But insistence on carrying the ball himself,
And waiting for the pass to make itself, not realizing that he himself actually needs to give that man the ball. It's like he was hoping for the ball to reach the man and for the attack to carry on and for us to score and live happily ever after, but he never wants to make the actual pass.
Yeah.
That was the frustrating thing about him.
Yeah, and he didn't seem too creative for me, to be honest. He wasn't isolating his man. I mean, he was playing on the wing and he was playing as a winger, but he always would try to drift into the middle of the park. I didn't like that too much, considering he's playing on the side. Now, when if it was happening while he was on the left hand side, it makes sense for him to drift because he can actually go.
This is why he's seemingly been fit the entire time, but never gotten any game time because Jose does not want his right winger when he's already got Mofokeng doing that.
On the left hand side, where it's needed. On this side, also, so I don't know. I wasn't particularly impressed with his performance. I wasn't disappointed neither. I thought he earned a 6.5 in my opinion.
Yeah, no problem. I like that one because man, he did have a mixed performance, so an average of 7 is okay. The radio man for me, out of all that were given a chance today, I don't think he covered himself in too much glory. It did what he could with what he had. He was expected to be a big man up front. The aerial balls, he just couldn't. He couldn't be the man that you can rely on to collect, to make something of them for a second ball, to happen. I think I'll give him a 5.5.
Yeah, Lena, maybe it's a question of match fitness. That could be a thing. He struggled a little bit. He lost a few duels. For the most part, he was bullied. To be completely honest, I think the centre backs,
True that.
yeah, they had him dealt with. He lost quite a number of duels. Mara, he also had quite a couple of good moments. He did hold up play every time, every now and then. And when he was on the ball, he looked pretty good. I think not. He just needs to probably work on a few things. He seems like he lacks balance, but
especially with that knockdown role.
Yeah. It seems a bit too easy sometimes. Got a half chance, or maybe if he's in the striker, I'm not calling that a half chance. The thrown goal, Nyana, but all the way to the left angle was difficult very early in the game. Maybe could have done better, but I'm not really expecting. It was a very tight angle. I think a 5.5 is fair, bro.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, that'd be the starting lineup. When it comes to the bench, honestly, I would like to obviously highlight Mabasa. Brilliant cameo from him. Brilliant. What was that? Around 30 minutes or more. That's a striker's goal.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a flat track bully? Maybe he is. Then let's play him on the flat tracks, please.
That's what I keep saying.
Yeah. So a brilliant cameo from him. I'll give him a nice shiny 8.
Yeah, I echo that same rating. I think Lina very impressed with his performance. Very brave and fair too. Mabasa no already goal, Braga. That's what I want from my striker.
Yeah.
Someone that can strike the ball.
Ngozi, Nkota, Marco, Slepe.
I'll just give a shout to Slip. Honestly, I thought he looked very comfortable. After he came on in Fit2, I never felt a difference. You know, I was a little bit worried about losing Makaula in that mid, especially leaving on Shenko Tito Balichu. But Slepe honestly covered that up. I think he's a good reader of the ball because he didn't appear too many times on the ball. He just kept it ticking, kept it simple. I think we have something there for sure. It'll be good to see how his future unravels. So I thought he had a very good performance. I think a 7.5. I'll give him for that performance.
Away. 7.5 Slepe. That is good for me. 7.5, anything around there. He played most of the half, basically the whole half. The fact that I don't know if it's tactics or what, but Tito and Dlamini got more unlocked when he came on. He looks like he is a good reader of the game. He knows where to be in order to make the game flow in a certain way. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like also he was doing the job that he was doing today, but on a different day he can do a different job. That's what it looked like on the ball and off the ball. So yeah, I am okay with that 7.5. And then Nkota, a good 6.5 for me because it felt like, okay, now we have 2 wingers now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it came on because I don't know when. Yeah, Shandu had been off for about 10 minutes before then, and there was kind of a mess there with Marco, and I think Rosie was on at that point or not, but it was kind of a mess of who's playing where. So yeah, it was good to have Nkota on to have a bit of a threat, Nyana, on the opposite side of the match, Kim Vidi.
True.
Okay, I think we can move on to the technical stuff here. How do you rate Jose and how he set up the team? You know how it is. How did he set up the team in game management, Jonkin?
Fit2 8 out of 10. There was an away game that didn't mean too much to us, but we still want to get the result nonetheless. He rotated. We've been crying for it the whole season. Well, here's your rotation, and they still managed to get a win. So, he affected the game in the second half. Also, his changes. He affected the game.
The way he got a tune out of Tito, man. If I'm going to while out at him for not doing anything in the change room, I have to give him props when I see a mentality change. And yeah, the way he got a tune out of Tito and Dlamini, the champagne duo. Champagne.
So
it is for me too.
Yeah.
Referees seemed a little bit in Tanzania mode in this game.
I will Mr. Ref no, they missed a couple of calls.
It was after a very long weekend that they had to come play for this come ref this game.
Yeah, no. They had a tough game. I'll give them a 6. I mean, they didn't.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me, Mr. Coach.
Yeah, no, tough game for them. Especially linesmen.
Linesmen, questionable. I know. 12 men.
Well, I mean, we can't hear them, so I don't see.
We have to do this.
We can't really read them.
Okay. Oh, we rate them when we're at the stadium only.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. How do you guys feel about the ratings that we have given today? Give us your ratings in the comment section down below. And before you go home, please don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe to be notified, and share Nama Buccaneers so we can grow the community. Danko.